Monday, I picked it up on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it's on the ticket,
Okay.
and they showed me that they couldn't get all the stains out of it.
Did you try somewhere else or just
No.
that one place?
No,
All
I
right,
thought.
can I see the jacket?
Sure.
And he wouldn't let me take it to the spot I wanted to take it to.
Well, first of all, when you sober up, what do you?
There we
what do you-
go.
Wouldn't apologize to him again at work.
Were
And
you
I offered-
mortified?
Oh yeah, I was embarrassed. It's not like I purposely went and threw up on him.
Okay, what are all these circles? Is that what somebody
what it
has
is.
circled?
Yeah, I had the dry cleaner
Amy,
circle
but-
what he saw.
It'll work.
All I get to see right now are a bunch of circles, though.
Alright.
Honestly, I couldn't. He showed me the suit. I can't see any stains either.
So here we are. You guys are just gonna have to deal with listening to just
What's good from here?
shows because that's what I'm watching. I'm not turning on music for this. No. Alright, so
You know, I guess what's bothering me is that I'm looking at something where someone has gone, you know, like, it's hard for me to see the actual deficit
Chalk
unless.
should brush right off.
Excuse me, unless I'm looking at something that has, look, this is as clean as it gets. Instead, I have somebody drawing all over it. You say this brushes right off?
Yes.
I'll brush it all
I'm
right
gonna turn
off, will
the
you?
shadow, the heart, and the background.
So now you, well, you know, you
I
had a
need
very
to
direct
fix
hit on the back of his jacket.
this.
How much of your jacket was puked on?
I mean, it was just a front. Like there's lines coming down. Puke.
All right, were you able to get it out of yours?
Everything came out.
Let me see yours. And what dry cleaners did you take that to?
Oh, it's Hourglass.
Okay.
And my suit doesn't cost anywhere near $1,000.
No, it doesn't, sweetheart. But that is not indicative of how much someone else's suit costs. I don't know. We're taking a look at that now.
I can see a big stain. Yeah,
Show
I
me
can
where,
see it
I'll
here.
tell you what, why don't we do this? Can we bring the jacket over here, sir? Could you come over here?
Certainly.
Go ahead.
They are hard to see, I know they are, but there's one right in here.
Where?
It's darker there than it should be in this area here.
Okay.
I know the light has to be on it just the right way. There's one in here. There's one right here. I can see one here.
Yeah, I can't see them, but I gotta tell you, I do see, like, all of this is dark like that. That, I don't know that that has anything to do with his projectile. Go ahead and go back.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is the plaintiff entitled to a brand new suit?
I'd go with he's not.
Because
I mean, he was at the party too. He was most likely probably drunk, so.
most likely, probably. Okay, the suit's got tiny bit of a stain on it.
Doesn't matter. Still deserves a new suit.
Does deserve it.
He does deserve a new suit.
New suit, no new suit.
No new suit.
But what about the stain? If you have do you have to live with the stain, knowing somebody grossly threw up on you?
Sorry, throwing up is a bodily function. Could have happened to anybody. He tried. Got it cleaned.
God,
Stain didn't come out.
I love you. You should be on Saturday Night Live. Throwing up is a bodily function going inside the courtroom.
So now, let me ask you a question. How old is this suit?
The suit is approximately
Where did I
4
put
years
that?
old.
Do you ever see it?
Older.
I don't have a receipt.
How am I gonna value it if I can't depreciate it from a known figure? I'm looking up the make, and I
Oh.
presume even this one maker
It should
has
be here somewhere.
a variety
Where
of
the heck is it?
prices. Yeah, depends on which suit, you know? Where did you
need
buy it?
to reorganize this.
I believe I bought it online.
Was it over here
When,
for some
then you should be
unknown
able to
reason?
easily get me a receipt. Why don't I have a receipt if it was online?
I couldn't find it.
Apparently not. Okay, hang
Can I ask
on.
one question, Your Honor?
Yes.
The suit I have on is 18 years old, and this was an $800 suit
There, it's
also.
gotta be in here.
I prefer to buy quality and not anything less than that, because they last.
Right, and I believe that. The problem is that used suits don't go for that. You understand? And when you
There
are
it
in
is.
court, what you're asking for is the value of the item at the time of the loss.
There's
That
the
means it requires the court to engage in depreciation. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, if I go to eBay now and someone's
Your
selling a
jacket
Gianni
thing.
Manzoni suit, would you like to see what they go for? Used?
New?
No, not new. You don't get replacement value used. They go for very little. They go for 140. They go for, this one's going for 70. I don't know why that one's so cheap. This one's going for $49.95. You understand? So it's going to be a lot less than what you're asking for.
Right, but the point is, I don't wear them that often. That's why this one lasted me 18 years.
How do we know those are my stains that I caused?
Off.
Please.
But it's true. He could have stained
Who
at
is
any
the
time.
lovely lady that you've brought with you to court?
My grandmother.
Oh, you must be so proud.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing
Okay,
for lost
now.
wages? Jeez. Are you
Excuse
two
me?
still working in the same place?
I left because he was just harassing me the whole time.
Harassing you how?
Well, for one, he brings a sheriff to work to come serve me papers. He never asked me my
What?
address. He could have just sent him an email.
I believe he wanted to embarrass you at work. You're a bit much.
Then he goes to the general contractor. I have a voicemail of my employer calling me saying that he won't stop calling the office.
Why don't they fire him if he's being such a pain? Why did you ended up leaving?
I left to a different job site.
But for the same employer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
well,
didn't have
there's
to
a
leave
bunch of different job sites you
Oh,
can go
so
to.
they just assigned you elsewhere.
a new
so
one.
All right, all right.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Do you have proof of what the dry cleaning cost you?
Yes,
Can I have it?
sure. I would like to know how I harassed you.
How did he harass you? I would like to know too.
Well, he just wouldn't. He just would. Pretty much, I couldn't do my work because one, he told the whole job site. So now everyone all the time.
Everyone knows you puked. It was a Christmas party.
Yeah, but-
What do you think, that people don't know what you did?
Well, no, it's not just our company there. There's everyone's there. But before I knew it, everyone knew. So now I can't even do my job because everyone's coming up to me
And what, and laughing?
laughing, like just making stupid jokes. Like I don't know.
Okay. It's the 2320?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that's it, yes.
Okay. Okay. I invite you to go online and see what used suits go for. I'm going to take into account that you seem to take very good care of your suits. But I also have to take into account that I have zero idea how old this suit is because you haven't brought me a receipt. So this is the part, you already got your hand on the door.
Oh, I know where you
I'm
are.
asking you questions still. What are we doing,
I got a feel.
Douglas?
Well, I feel a little rough justice.
That
coming
is
together.
exactly right. I'm going to award you apparently a very generous $150 on the jacket and an additional, in fact, that's just calling it the whole suit ruined, and an additional $23.20 that you had to pay to get it fixed for a judgment in your favor in the amount of $173.20, not $1,135. Good luck, folks.
So, Mr. Brochure, you're going to have to end up paying him $173.
Yes.
The value of his suit.
Yes.
You okay?
I'm okay. I just still don't feel like I owe him anything, but
Well, you.
well, I do now. So
Yeah, you
it's
do. Come on, come on. And why'd you bring your grandmom to court with you today?
she wanted to come.
I volunteered to be moral support.
Okay. Did she help?
Yeah, she helped.
Okay, good. All right. Well, that's the way it goes. Be careful next Christmas party, okay?
Yeah. No drinking.
Very good. No drinking. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Well, my goodness, you wanted $1,100. You're getting not even $200.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Not good.
Not good at all.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the suit? Can you still wear it? Will you still wear it?
No, I'm not going to wear it. It's got stains all over the back of it.
Why didn't you bring some receipts? Try it at least.
If I had the receipt, I surely would have brought it. I could not find it anywhere.
Really? The judge thinks you could have gotten it online. Would have helped. Anyway. Okay. Good
Okay.
luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, here's the deal. You're entitled to the depreciated value of the suit at the time of the loss. That's the law. It may not be fair. That's the law.
This is the plaintiff, Carrie Miller. She says the defendant slashed her tires when she was parked near the Buddhist temple in her neighborhood, and he was arrested. The guy got her car mixed up with someone he had a beef with, but he refuses to pay her the $945.88 he owes her so she can get new tires. So she's suing him, here and now, for just that. This is the defendant, Tyler Wilson. He says he categorically denies slashing the plaintiff's tires, and he's not paying for something he didn't do. The defendant says he wouldn't do that to someone he doesn't know. The plaintiff has no concrete proof he did it, so he owes nothing. He's accused of slashing and dashing.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says that the defendant slashed one of her tires in a fit of mistaken rage and won't own up and pay. But the defendant says the plaintiff has no proof and he's not paying for something he didn't do. It's the case of slashing and dashing.
Have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ms. Miller, you are suing Mr. Wilson for $945.88 for the replacement of 4 tires and lost wages. What happened?
I woke up that morning and noticed I had a flat tire. When I went up to my tire, I noticed a 1-inch gouge in my tire. It looks like somebody had slashed it. I noticed also that my neighbor had 3 slashed tires on a company vehicle. So at that point, we talked together and we decided to call the police. We pulled a camera that was next door and we saw what looked like Mr. Wilson coming down my driveway at around 9:30 that night. That's the only person that has come down that driveway, so I did press charges against him for it.
Right. But did the police ever talk to him?
Yes, they did go to his place of employment.
And what did he say about slashing your tires?
He denied slashing my tire. He admitted to slashing 2 out of 3 of the company vehicle's tires. He did not remember slashing that 3rd tire or my tire.
Okay, then. Mr. Wilson.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, though?
There's that.
What happened?
I went to the residence where Mr. Miller lives, along with an ex-coworker of mine, and
you okay?
slashed the tire
Hold on
of the
one.
company vehicle.
Hold on. I hate to interrupt you at that very part, but just one second. Do you live with his coworker?
No.
Are you
We are neighbors in the same building.
Same building. All right. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
went, Mr. Wilson, to the building because a coworker of yours lived there?
Correct.
And why did you go to the building?
To confront him.
About what?
We had we had worked together for about 2 years and had a falling out a couple months before this incident.
Okay.
And someone had told me that he was at a local establishment talking about me.
Saying what about you?
I
There you go,
wouldn't
that's
remember
better.
exactly what
That's better.
this came.
Oh, it was
this
enough
came
for you to
from-
go over there and slash his tires. So I'm trying to imagine what he could have said that would have made you go commit a crime.
After we stopped working together, it
then
was just like a
this-
complete
You just need to erase these
coworker
little
who could work together to hate each other.
What had he said that propelled you to go to his house?
He was talking
As in?
in the words of the third party.
Right.
No, not specifically.
Oh,
that.
you didn't
That's
even
it.
have to know specifically.
Literally-
That was enough for you
literally,
just to hear that.
yes, Correct.
Okay, so you go over there
Correct.
to confront him, and how do you confront him?
I didn't confront him.
Oh, what'd you do?
He apparently was not there, or I slashed the tires of the company vehicle that he used. That
That
was allowed
seemed
to
like a reasonable thing for you to do.
No, it was not.
So why did you do it?
Anger.
Were you drunk?
My
were
stomach
you
just growled at
stoned,
me.
or were you just angry and unable to control yourself?
I had been drinking and let my anger get to me.
So you slashed how many of your coworkers' tires?
Okay.
I recalled 2.
But you were drunk.
Was told that there were 3.
Yeah. Well, apparently there were 4.
Yes, I had been drinking.
Yeah, but apparently there were 4 because
Yes,
her tire
apparently.
was slashed. Did you slash her tire?
Not as in my recollection.
Can we trust your recollection?
I have my own doubts, but it seems unlikely to me that I, would slash a vehicle's tires that I don't know who the vehicle belongs to.
No, that would be totally out of
beyond,
character
that's right.
for you.
That's beyond.
That would be totally out of character, because you only slash the tires of people you know. So what do you think happened to her tire that was? By the way, your car was parked where in proximity to your neighbor's car?
There
that
we
also
go.
got slashed, Miss
That's
Miller?
better.
2 cars over.
Okay. So, and do the trucks look similar or something, or do you?
Not at all.
Is
His
it-
was a truck, and I have an SUV.
Okay. Are they the
And
same
his
color?
clearly states
Oh, his has
No,
the
not
company
at all.
name on it. You have no idea.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what do you suppose, Mr. Wilson, that there was another knife-wielding maniac, drunk, slashing tires a few feet from her when you were doing it? Because it wasn't you.
I couldn't speculate.
Oh, but I
that's
don't-
a
I'm
bad
not going to
chance.
speculate either. I'm going to decide.
Okay.
I can remember
So
what I did.
that
Why are you
is
suing
the
for 4 tires when he slashed 1? Ms. Miller?
tracing.
Well, ma'am, in my police report, it states that I needed to get 4 tires because of the tread
Pretty
of the
sure that's
tire. I
everything.
drive an SUV,
Yes. Okay, good, that's
and you can replace just
All
one.
right.
You had to replace all 4. During that,
then
it
we
also
went to-
ruined my all-wheel drive on my vehicle.
How would that ruin your all-wheel
Extended
drive?
So this is
It started to
line
overheat, and the lights came on my vehicle.
Wait, I don't
and
understand. How
had
are
to
you
have
driving? Wait, stop. How are you driving on the slashed tire?
One of his coworkers came to my building and put my spare on for me.
Okay, and then
So
you
when I drove my spare to the shop,
Okay.
it started
That's
to
all
overheat, and I
done.
couldn't
Yeah,
drive.
slashing a tire doesn't make your car overheat. Yeah, I don't
Is
know how
this-
long you were driving on
Okay,
that,
that
on
one
the
I can
donut,
delete.
but
This
no,
is
that
one.
doesn't. How long were you driving on the donut, darling?
The shop is about 10 miles from my house. I went to a dealership.
Do you have evidence of how much the tires cost?
Yes, I have it right here. I have the total bill.
How old were the
I'm
tires
gonna
that you
start
had
the
on there?
coloring bit
The
with
vehicle is 1 year old. It was just 1 year
just
old.
Tara.
So if it's 1 year
But they
old,
weren't-
how much
Just
tread could you have wasted on the
this
other
one.
3 tires? Because it's only a year
Okay,
old.
wait, let's
I
put it-
understand if the car's 4 or 5 years old and your tires are 4 or 5 years old, and then they have a certain wear, then you have a new one.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I get that.
Probably.
But just every time somebody gets a flat tire, they don't replace 4 tires when the car is a couple months old. 12 months, a year old.
Right.
So I'm wondering why all
This
4
one will
tires were
be-
changed.
Because of the tread difference, they had to put a brand new tire on.
Right,
And
I know.
because my car was a used vehicle, they had to replace all 4 with brand new tires, which left me with the difference of the tread difference. I had to pay $30 each tire for them to put those on.
So 120?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you pay anything besides 120?
In
Yes, ma'am. I paid a $500 deductible to my insurance company because, as I stated, the all-wheel drive was replaced as well. My total bill came to $3,080.34 for this damage.
But I have to figure out how much of that this imbecile is in charge of. What year was your car?
Okay.
2014.
Oh, I thought it was a 1-year-old car. I'm sorry. Now, regarding
Yes,
that
ma'am.
electrical problem that happened, the mechanical problem you said?
Yes, ma'am. When I put the donut on the vehicle to take it to the dealership, my all-wheel drive light had started to go on, saying it was overheating to stop the vehicle.
Because you've got to
Yeah.
drive. You know how fast.
This
the car
time
has
I'm
to
gonna
drive
try
with a
something
donut?
different when I go
35
to
miles per
do
hour is what I
the
So
believe
you
the
drove
limit.
10
hair and
miles,
stuff.
35
I'm
miles
actually
per
going
hour?
to
35 was the most.
color
I went
more.
30. That's as most as I went. I did not go on a highway or any faster than
Because
that.
that's kind of, what happened is kind of indicative of maybe not going 35 miles an hour. Either way, I don't think you can pin that on him. You can, however, pin all 4 tires. Now, your lost wages, tell me about that. Do you have any proof of that?
Ma'am, I just did not have a vehicle to get to work because it would not let me drive it. I
My
wanted
stomach
to
is
use the
angry,
donut to
and I'm
get to
going
work.
no.
No, you didn't want to use the donut to get to work. How about public transportation or getting a ride or something else?
At that point, I didn't have any options. I did not have
Okay, do you
money for
have any
Uber. I
proof
did
today
not
that
have
you're out
family to help.
$144? Like, do you have anything from your employment that would show me that you work and that that's what you make and that you called in that day and then you didn't make it? Do you have proof of the lost wages?
No, ma'am, I don't have a statement from that day.
Mr. Wilson, I don't know what's wrong with you. Have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you were arrested for slashing your coworkers or your ex-coworkers' tires. Then you were arrested actually for slashing her tires, correct?
No, this is one criminal case.
But you're charged with slashing hers too, right?
Yes, specifically, I'm in charge with criminal mischief.
Yeah. Are these charges pending
Correct-
against
yes.
you?
Yes, they are.
All right. What do you expect is going to happen when you go to court?
I'm not sure.
Have you ever been in court before for a criminal case?
Yes.
How many times have you been arrested?
A handful.
I don't know what that means. That's not a number that I'm familiar with.
I would have to look to see exactly how many times.
You've lost track? How about you give me an estimate?
4, 5.
Like for what?
DUI, larceny, a breach of peace, and I believe that would be it.
Okay.
Some of those, some of those are from when I was, younger.
Well, how
18,
old are you? How old are you?
38.
When do you suppose you will get your life together?
It has been improving. Besides, situations like this, this was not the right thing to do and the right way to handle.
Oh, you think? Is there anybody who depends on you? Do you have children or a mate or anybody who depends on you or parents who depend on you? Anybody? Is there anybody in the world depending on you?
I'm by myself. I'm by myself.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, it's time for you to get your life together. You're not an 18-year-old boy. This is nonsense. Complete nonsense. I'm ruling against you in the amount of the tires, $801.88. I'm not going to grant lost wages because there are other ways to get to work, and you have no proof of the amount of wages you've lost. I am going to, of course, whenever you win court costs as well, whatever you paid to file the case. That's my verdict. And Mr. Wilson, you're also, this is completely separate from the criminal charges that you're facing for doing what you did. And,
Wait a minute.
On the tip of my tongue, I feel like I'm supposed to say good luck, but I really don't wish you luck on it. I wish you consequence.
And I gotta see if he's on. Okay, good news is Blossus if you watch this weekend feel bad that I just messed up his chair.
Mr. Wilson, you got to pay
I'm turning her beak now. Nobody tell Lost, okay?
What's your reaction to that?
We don't tell him a single word about this.
Well, as the judge said, she hopes you get your life in order.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, look at that. It's always been this lovely brown color, okay?
Filing the lawsuit.
Thank you. I'm happy it went the way it went.
Nobody tell Lost,
Was
okay?
it a hard decision
Please.
for you to take him to court?
Please.
No, it was a very easy decision.
I don't know
he was
why
in the
he
wrong.
said I should stream this. He's not
Thank you
even
very much,
watching.
and congratulations. Okay, that's it.
Like,
What do you think of this, Harvey?
what's the point of streaming if you're not going to be here?
Ask for. The plaintiff didn't ask for punitive damages. I think in a case like this, you could get it. You get punitives for fraud, oppression,
I love him.
or
And I
malice.
needed to stream anyway,
And if
so
slashing a tire isn't
it's all
malice,
good.
I don't know.
I mean, I
what is.
wanted to stream playing my game, but this will do too. I can always stream the game
He
afterwards.
says he went on a date with the defendant and she jumped into his truck while he was having a cigarette and crashed it. She was intoxicated. She jumped
I'm
the
actually
curb,
gonna
ran
change
over
his
an
fingernail
expensive
color.
e-bike, causing it to fall, and his truck
Since
got
he's not here to
damaged.
tell me
He's
no,
suing and wants the
he doesn't get the right to
$2,500
vote.
he still
No.
owed from her.
Also, girl, I think she should have some nice nail
This is
polish
defendant
on.
Ashley Carr.
Just to make
She
it look
says
nice.
the plaintiff let her drive his
Cute.
truck when they were on a date, and they were both drinking.
Wait
She
a
admits
minute.
she
I feel
tapped
like
an e-bike which fell over,
she's
but doesn't
missing
remember any
something.
damage to the guy's truck, which was
Of course
pretty
she is.
banged up to
She's
begin
missing her
with.
chest.
Soon after, she refused to pay him all this money.
I don't know why he
Her
gave
car
me a
was set
model
on
that's
fire,
chest
and
is
she
smaller
received
than the actual
threatening text
than his
messages,
actual
and
character
she knows
is.
it was the plaintiff. Oh,
I don't even think he realized
no
that. I
way.
don't think he
She's
told me
accused
to
of
change
having a
that
bad
part.
first date.
Yeah, let me see what exactly his instructions were for this. Okay, let's hear it.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Here,
Welcome
make
back
the
to the People's Court. Next
sweater.
case on the docket. The plaintiff says
Mexican
that
steak,
he went on a
make
grand
the
total
heart
of one
black,
date with
cheese
the defendant,
black,
and the
black,
drunken
yada,
woman
yada,
crashed
yada.
his truck into a
Yeah,
stop
he
sign.
forgot
But
chest.
the defendant says the plaintiff let her drive his truck because
He
he was
forgot
drinking,
the
and she
chest.
admits
He
tapping
forgot
the
his own
stop
character's
sign
chest
caused
size is a lot
no
bigger
damage.
than
It's the
his
case of
character.
must have been a wall banger.
The character I used as a reference.
Mr. Dawkins, you are suing Ms. Carr for $2,500, a cost to repair your 2011 Ford Explorer that you say she crashed. What happened? How do you two know each other?
We met on Facebook. She posted up something on Facebook stating that she wanted somebody to drive her to church, and I offered.
Okay.
Then we started talking, and then from there we went on a date, and then she crashed my truck.
Tell me about
After
the
we came from
dates.
the-
You went drinking?
No, I don't drink. I smoke weed.
Where did you guys go on your date?
We was originally supposed to go to this steakhouse, and the steakhouse was closing, so we went to the Mall House, which is like 2 blocks away.
Okay.
I parked the car right across the street from the steakhouse where the bike, where she ran over the bike.
Okay. And did you eat first and have your date, and then when does the
Okay,
accident
now that I've got the coloring
So
done, let's actually
basically,
try to
after we ate, we
edit
came back.
this.
I said, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. She was like, ew, you nasty. You should smoke your weed. I'm like, nah, I'm not smoking my weed right now. So she was like, all right, whatever. Smoke your stinky ass cigarette. So I stood outside, out of the car, stood to the side, started smoking my cigarette. She jumped from the passenger seat to the driver's seat and put it in drive. She pulls off, hits the curb. The right side of the vehicle was on the curb. She rolls over the e-bike first and then hits the stop sign.
Oh, jeez. All right. What happened, Miss Carr?
First of all, we're on live TV and you're lying. I have the messages and I have the proof. You say that was the first date. That wasn't the first date. Okay? Second of all, you was drinking with me. You know very much well you was drinking with me. And consider, I admit my part. I know I was drinking. I know I was intoxicated. I know I asked you to drive the car. But you were so busy trying to get into my pants again that you said yes and handed me the key. You understand? There's no way I would have been able to do that fast and drive off. And the accident didn't even happen on the same block. You understand? So
Where
now
did
you're just lying.
No, I'd like to
Didn't even happen
understand.
on the
So
same
wait,
block.
what's your defense? So
And
you
was
get in the car
with me.
You get in the car, and what happens?
He was in the car with me. When the accident happened, we both hopped out the car. Then you told me, oh, get back in the car because you're drunk. Get back in the car. Then you talk about, I told you something about some stink cigarette. Like, that's how you know you're lying and you're just going along making up stuff. Like, come on.
Did you have an accident or didn't you?
I did have the accident.
Tell me
I
about the
admitted to
accident. Tell me about the accident.
Okay, and I drove off, I hit the bike, and we both hopped out the car to see what happened. You understand? And right then and there, he told the guy, he's begging him, please don't call the insurance, please don't call the insurance. You understand? And right then and there, I paid him $800. I sent him $800 through Cash App right then and there.
You sent who $800?
Kevin.
Okay.
I sent Kevin the $800, and I'm guessing he was telling the guy that he was going to give the guy the money so the guy doesn't call his insurance. So he tried to go around the insurance. It was an accident, and when you have insurance, you report the insurance.
Did you hit the stop sign too?
I don't remember hitting the stop sign. I remember the bike, but I don't remember the stop sign.
What did it feel like?
Like I said, I was drunk.
Did you run over the whole bike?
No, I tapped the bike. I didn't run over the man's whole bike.
So you forward $800, which you acknowledge, Mr. Dawkins, right? That she sent you $800.
Yes.
And you
she
sent
sent
that
me $800 directly.
And then you sent that $800 to the bike owner. And then what did you settle with the bike owner? That $800?
No. So after I run over to the car, the guy came out of the same steakhouse that we were supposed to go inside of, and he ended up working there. And he said, "Yo, what the?" Excuse my language. I'm like, listen, man, I just started my insurance. Here's my insurance. I'm going to tell my insurance that I literally came out. I was going to start taking fault for it because I'm only one on insurance. I didn't give her permission to drive my vehicle. And then there's going to be a whole big situation. And on top of that, my insurance would drop me because I didn't report it properly. So instead of me trying to go through all of that riffraff, because if you first start insurance, you have to have it for at least 90 days so they don't drop you from coverage. I said to the guy, I said, look, I'm going to tell my insurance that your bike was here and that I rolled over it coming out of the parking spot.
I'm going to commit insurance fraud. And go on. Anyway, go on.
I'm sorry. So the guy said, okay. He said, you're going to call your insurance? I said, yes, I'm going to call my insurance. I just need your first and last name, your information, your phone number, something. Give me something so I can have the insurance contact you. I gave him a physical copy of my insurance. Okay. And he took it. Then while we was on our way back, I'm just still distraught because I'm like, why would you drive my car? I told you not to jump in the driver's seat. Stay in the passenger seat. You're drunk. You don't listen. So she's still going back and forth. It's okay. I'm an EMT. I can pay for it. So I said, you can pay for it? You are going to pay for it. Hold on a second. The guy gave me his number before we left. I called the guy while I was on the highway, and I asked the guy, I said, how much do you want for the bike? He said $1,000. That's how much the bike costs. It costs me $1,000, and I'm going to be out of work for at least a week. So I said, okay, is it okay if I send you $800? Then we settled between each other, me and him talking through text message, that he wanted $200 in weed because he
Why
smoked the
is
weed or
everyone always telling me their about their weed sales?
They must feel they have to be honest. They
Like,
can't help
what is it
themselves.
about my face? All right, so you settle with the guy for essentially
Okay, there-
$1,000.
We made her chest. It's probably badly done, but we made it anyways. Okay.
So she gave you
Yeah, I really
$800,
should
right?
Yes.
And then today you are suing her for the damages to your car that resulted from this accident.
Yes, which is completely.
Ooh, that
separate.
actually
This
looks
is a
pretty good. I
completely
think I
separate
did pretty
charge.
good on
Had you
that.
ever talked to her
To give
about
her two-
paying
Yep.
this back to you? Had you ever told her?